I didn't think I was going to be saying this when I thought about making this video, but as it stands right now, I cannot recommend buying the GMMK3, which is simply due to the fact that the glorious core software for it does not work at all. You cannot change the lighting, you cannot change the keybinds, it is completely and utterly broken. Glorious has released a statement saying that they're working on it, they overhauled their software team, something like that. Anyhow, it's not working right now. I'm gonna update the description or the thumbnail or something if that changes in the future. Additionally, I had a friend who bought a GMMK3 with the keyboard configurator off the Glorious website, and the keyboard came with a broken switch, a bent pin on a switch on the function key. Luckily, Glorious does send like some spare, not some spare, but some test switches with the keyboard. And one of these switches just happened to be the exact ones that he got. So he had one spare, which just like works out. But still, I feel like that's kind of unacceptable. Yeah, I just wanted to add that quick disclaimer before I get into the unboxing and the review portion of the video. Hey everyone, I'm doing something slightly different today, something I've done before. I will be unboxing the GMMK3 Barebones. Yeah, 65% black version. I'm pretty sure if you're gonna buy the Barebones, you can only buy the black version at the moment. I forgot to mention this while recording, but the GMMK3 Barebones 65% currently costs $90/euros on the Glorious website. So, without further ado, I would say let's just unbox this thing. Okay, this is definitely getting edited. Okay, we get there. There it is. Okay, we got, Stay Glorious. I'm presuming this is probably like the cable. Oh, I just realized I did not get a special coiled cable with this. You can buy one on the Glorious website. Something they did that's new is you can configure like your entire keyboard yourself and get like switches and keycaps and all sorts of things. You can customize it a lot. A friend of mine actually did that. But yeah, I just opted to get the Barebones and get, you know, I already had keycaps on the way, and like I decided to get my own switches. I don't want to rip the paper, but I guess it's inevitable. It's just paper, I guess. And here it is. Look at that. This is the back. It is surprisingly light. I think it's made out of plastic rather than metal as compared to the GMMK2. Like, this feels a lot lighter. This is definitely plastic, which I don't love. Okay, new stuff. There's a pressable knob you can rotate, which rotating this right now, I'll say feels really good. There's this blowy thingy. I don't know, it might be for caps lock. I'm not entirely sure what it's for. You can also change this. There, I popped it right off. I think it's magnetic, maybe? Yeah, it seems magnetic. There's the LED bars on the side, like the GMMK2. And yeah, this is the board. This is very light. This is made out of plastic. This is the GMMK2 was a lot heavier. Alright. These are instruction booklets / manual, whatever. There's a switch guide in here to different switches. Yeah, sticker. Quick start guide. I want to see if there's anything underneath here still. Does not look like it. Okay, then we're gonna need the other thing. And I actually, like, I don't know how to get this out of here. It's like, it fits so perfectly in here. I got it. Okay, it just comes off and there is nothing in here. I feel like there maybe should be something in here. It's just, wait, the camera doesn't show this. It's just completely empty. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, there must be a cable I'm missing. Yep, okay, here we go. Actually, in this thing, there's like two things that come out. Two little boxes you can open. Okay. Ooh, okay, now hold on. They have a little, oh my goodness, they have a little screwdriver included. And there are some, I don't know what these are for. These look like rubber feet or stoppers or something. Not entirely sure. You get screws and some rubber bumpers as well. I have no idea what they are for. Okay, and then we have the cable. And it's USB-C, hooray, as opposed to the GMMK, which is just micro USB. And then we have this small box in here. There are switches in here, what? What? Okay, hold on. Where's the switch guide? They've included 3 different switches. Now, I wish I could tell you what they are. This looks like a cherry... I gotta get closer to it. Looks like a cherry red. If it would do me the favor of... Yeah. Looks like a cherry red. Then we got a lime green switch. And this might be the Drop X Holy Panda, or Drop Holy Panda X, which is what I'm actually using in my GMMK2. I'm just gonna consult the thing they sent about the switches. It looks like we got a Fox switch, a Panda switch, and a Raptor switch. I would like to try these out. Obviously, I have my own switches, but yeah, that pretty much includes the unboxing. I'm gonna just show you what's actually in the box. Obviously, the Barebones keyboard, cable, screwdriver, and these rubber thingies, whatever the heck they are. I'm not entirely sure. And some screws and some rubber stoppers. Keycap puller. Switch puller. Okay, maybe just real quick on the keys that I'm using. These are the Zato 1 keycaps from Arc System Works in collaboration with Infinity. We have already put the 3 test switches in our board. Here is a better look at the full keycap set. This can be a bit of an audio test using my audio from my phone. Hopefully the microphone picks it up well enough. It is the Fox switch. This is the Raptor switch. And this is the Panda switch. Honestly, not too big of a difference between the Fox and the Panda switch. The Raptor is tactile, obviously, which I prefer by a lot. But it's like kind of like a MX Blue. I don't think there's too much of a difference there. And actually, not a lot of resistance. You can look up the specs. I can throw them on the screen, what the activation, all that sort of jazz is. But yeah, it's cool that they include this. You can like get a feel for what sort of switch you're looking for, which is very nice. Or if you like want to change the switches, this is hot swap, obviously, so you can always change the switches. I'm gonna take these out right after. There's no soldering required. I think that's very important to say. Okay, time to put in my switches. These are the Juano Peppermint switches. I'm not gonna show me putting all of them in because, well, it's basically one action like done 70 times in a row. Okay, I did want to give a quick demonstration of how to put in a switch. Basically, just make sure you line up the pins with the board. This is a 5-pin switch, and this is a 5-pin board. It being a 5-pin board means that you can also use 3-pin switches, so they both work. So you can't really do anything wrong when buying a switch, which is nice. And you just line it up, and you just press in. Ta-da! Okay, so the difference between a GMMK2 and a GMMK3 is that on the GMMK2, these switches are resting flat on the board, and the board is just completely level with the switch in. And on the GMMK3, there's this border here, which is gonna make putting the switch in around the sides a little more difficult because you can't really distribute the force evenly because you can't push down on all sides, which might make it a little more tricky to put in the switches. Okay, so this is the keyboard with the switches all in and the keyboard plugged in, so you can see the RGB. You can also see it on the side, on the little bar. Yeah. I think that means I've put all the switches in correctly. I hope so, at least. It was a bit tricky because of the border, and especially the switch on the spacebar. As you can see, this keyboard also comes with stabilizers. The Barebones comes with basically everything except for switches and keycaps. And yeah, I guess next step is putting on the keycaps. I also got the extension kit for the Zato 1 keycap set, which is necessary if you want to have ISO, because it has the big enter key. and you know, the shift key to go with it. So yeah, this is the keyboard with all the keycaps put in and the switches as well. A quirk I noticed, something that is different from a GMMK2, while this is also a 65% keyboard, this only has 66 keys because there is this thing here and the knob, and as a result there are 2 keys less in this column over here. So I settled on page up and end because they fit well in terms of like the profile. If you look at the GMMK2, it has a full column of keys, so that's a bit of a difference. So no like delete key at the top, which I'm realizing would be really bad for DaVinci Resolve, so I'm gonna have to figure something out in that sense. Okay, so for the audio test, I have my Rode Wireless Go 2 here, my lavalier microphone, and I have taken every effect off. I've taken off the noise gate so it can actually pick up the sound really well. I'm gonna mute my main microphone, I'm gonna turn this on, I'm gonna type a bunch, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the mouse pad / desk mat removed, because it does sound quite a bit different if the board is laying on hardwood or like a desk. Okay, finally, here's the keyboard with some shine-through keycaps so you can actually see the RGB in action. These are HyperX putting keycaps. And yeah, this is the RGB with the light on and the light off. My room light, not the RGB. Okay, after using the keyboard for a few days, here is my brief review disregarding all of the software stuff, which can hopefully be fixed in the future. Yeah, in terms of build quality, I think going from metal or aluminum to plastic is a step back. That being said, the audio, or just like the sound this keyboard produces with this frame feels very nice. It sounds really good. The keyboard feels good. I like the addition of the volume knob, something that was exclusive to the Pro version of the GMMK before. I like the layout. I like that the keyboard, I like that the keycaps and the switches sit more inside of the keyboard and aren't just on top of the, don't just lie on top of the board. I think that's nice. I like the profile switches. I like that you can toggle between Mac and PC. Not that I really need it, but I guess it's nice to have. And I still think at that price point, it's kind of hard to beat if you're looking to get a somewhat custom ISO keyboard. Basically just like put in your own switches, put in your own keycaps, have it be hot swap, have it be RGB. I think the sidebar, the side lighting bar thing is really cool to see, like when your caps lock is turned on, something like that. I'm not entirely sure about the thing below the volume knob. I guess it's cool. You can change it out for different things. I don't really see the purpose, but I guess it's nice. Yeah. Anyhow, elephant in the room is still the software issue. Also, minor thing, there is a bit of an indent where you put the USB-C cable instead of it just being like completely level with the board, which can make it so some USB-C cables won't fit, which is kind of a minor drawback. The indent is fairly large, so most cables are gonna work, but keep it in mind. If you have like a certain custom cable you want to use, consider if it's gonna fit or not. Okay, big issue I have is that my international / key, whatever you want to call it, it's in the European layout, it's usually greater than or smaller than. The key right of the shift key does not work at all. I've tried it on Windows, I've tried it on my iPad, so it's not like a software issue, it just doesn't work. I've replaced the switch, still doesn't work. So I think it might have just came broken in the box. I'm gonna contact Gloria support about it and see what they have to say, but yeah, that's also a pretty large drawback. So Maybe quality control at Glorious needs to pick up a bit between this and my friend getting a keyboard with a broken switch or like a bent pin in a switch. Yeah, definitely does not speak for Glorious. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.